I think it's a great error of judgment on the part of the EU with implications well beyond bureaucracy, that the European Union has rejected the UK's request for access to critical crime and illegal migration databases. It's a move that's left many in Westminster frustrated, Downing Street weakened, and cross-channel cooperation needlessly diminished. The UK may no longer be a member of the EU, but it is the EU's nearest neighbour, and the threats we face from people smuggling to organised crime are distinctly transnational. And the SIS-2, the Schengen Information System, offering real-time alerts on suspects, stolen goods and threats across Europe, and Eurodac, the database containing fingerprints of migrants caught entering the EU irregularly. Before Brexit, the UK had limited tailored access. We weren't part of Schengen, but we were permitted certain interactions as part of our security cooperation. Since Brexit, that tap has been turned off. No. As Sir Keir Starmer seeks a reset in EU relations, one of his central asks has been renewed access, not full membership, but at least functional interoperability with this system. And the EU's answer is a flat rejection. I think it's a mistake. To be clear, this isn't a matter of British entitlement or Brexit cherry-picking. This is about mutual interest. The UK has over 38,000 migrants in hotels, many of whom have been rejected asylum seekers elsewhere in Europe, and without Eurodac or Home Office access, the Home Office, which of course continues on its go slow, cannot check whether a person has already been processed in, say, Greece or Germany. SIS would allow rapid alerts, not just for migration, but for terrorism suspects, traffickers and dangerous criminals. As one British negotiator put it, this is something we would see as mutually beneficial, but the EU refuses to budge on principle. The irony, the EU prides itself on pragmatism and multilateralism, yet in this instance it clings to legal rigidity over shared security, partly, I suppose, because of the constant crowing that if somebody has been identified in Greece or Germany, then they can be sent back. And that surge of returned migrants, even if their cases might be justified, is of course something the EU should fear. Our rhetoric has undoubtedly contributed to the EU's reluctance. From Brussels' side, the legal position is clear. No, non-members cannot access Schengen databases. Any deviation would set a precedent, opening the gates to other third countries, possibly with less robust privacy protections or weaker data governance. But there's a counterpoint. The EU already collaborates with non-Schengen partners like the United States, Canada, Australia under special arrangements. It even allows Interpol and Europol certain access privileges. This isn't a legal impossibility, it's a political reluctance masquerading as legal inevitability. And as I say, I think most of it is to do with the rhetoric which has been coming out from the right wing, from the Conservative Party, from Reform, but particularly from the Conservative Party. And what's tragic is how this impasse undermines efforts at broader cooperation. There was real hope for an ambitious youth mobility scheme, greater coordination on asylum processing, and even criminal justice cooperation. Instead, Starmer is left offering fig leaves, promises to replicate functionality rather than restore actual connections. And the EU looks petty, clinging to its sacred treaties while ignoring the practical consequences for both sides of the Channel. Yvette Cooper, for her part, has been clear: no databases, no deal on mobility, and so we spiral. Let's not pretend this is just about migration. The rejection comes in the same month that the European Court of Auditors refused to cooperate with EPO, the EU's own anti-fraud office. It seems everyone in Brussels is closing ranks, defending institutional self-interest over justice and transparency. So what are we to conclude? That in its desire to appear principled, the EU has grown bureaucratically obstinate and diplomatically blind, that in defending the fortress of Schengen, it has left a hole in the broader wall of European security. And if Europe's enemies are united by money, weapons and human cargo, then we must be united by information, trust and cooperation. At present, we're not. And unless something gives, legally, politically or pragmatically, we will all pay the price for a principle that forgot its purpose.